Business Live today is brought to you by GCB Bank.
Thanks for staying. Welcome back to Business Live. Now, Ghana's third review under the International Monetary Fund program will now come off in middle September. The executive board of the IMF should have met in July this year to assess the country's performance under the fund program, but pushed the meeting to September. That's according to an official statement released by the IMF and copied to Joy Business. George Yafe has more.
The IMF in a statement maintains that it has taken this decision because discussions are still ongoing between the staff of the fund and government to update macroeconomic projections, firm up fiscal outlook for the remainder of 2016, and ascertain the financial pressure of state-owned organizations on the country's finances in order not to pose additional risk on the government's budget. According to the IMF mission chief to Ghana, Joel Tijaz Bennett, subject to a quick and positive conclusion of these discussions, the staff expect the third program review to be considered by the IMF Executive Board around mid-September. The board, per the original plan, should have met in July this year to review Ghana's performance, but had to push it to September, according to an email sent to Joy Business after we sent some questions to the Washington-based lender on the status of the executive board meeting on Ghana. However, sources close to government and the fund later told Joy Business that the IMF was looking at August 29 as the new date if government was able to meet all the conditions. However, this latest statement from the fund has rubbished all those speculations as to whether the meeting would have come off next week. For some, the delay will indeed have some implications on the economy, looking at the fact that some investors are still looking forward to the IMF report before they invest in the government's planned fifth Eurobond sale. It could also affect the release of some $400 million to Ghana from the country's donor partners, which could have come in quickly if the board had indeed met on August 29. The IMF itself should have released some $116 million to Ghana if the country had passed all the requirements under the third review.
Meanwhile, economist Dr. Eric Esibe says the postponement will delay government projects and have dire consequences on the economy. Sharing his thoughts on the marketplace today, Dr. Esibe said the sudden development will affect government economic decisions.
The longer it delays, the more they find alternative avenues of investing their funds, and also the negative implication that will have on macroeconomic indicators. Because if these funds do not come in as is expected, as government has budgeted for, then it means that government has to look elsewhere, particularly looking within the domestic economy by borrowing more. And we all know the implication of government domestic borrowing, increasing the already high interest rates and all that. And also could cripple some of the planned expenditures that government has put in the budget if these monies do not come in as expected. I think that generally they have not been too satisfied with the way government has handled the program thus far. If you look at the last review, they outline a number of issues that government has not been able to do, particularly the passing of the financial management law, the passing of the Bank of Ghana Amendments Act, and a few other things, the state-owned enterprises, the debt, and how government is actually managing such debts and all that. I think they are still not too satisfied with how government has approached these issues, and therefore they are waiting to see when these acts and amendments will be completed before they finally take a decision.
Was economist Dr. Eric Esibe. Now, invest a lot more in customer service if you really want to grow and expand your business. That's the advice from CEO of Green Trek Tours, Priscilla Wellington Asante, to entrepreneurs who especially want to maximize profits in today's world of business. According to her, customer satisfaction is the key to customer loyalty, which in turn boosts sales. She spoke with Joy Business at a TEDx Accra forum dubbed Customer Lifeline Business Survival. Sincerely apologize for that break. It was due to a technical hitch. Now invest a lot more in customer service if you really want to grow and expand your business. That's the advice from the CEO of Green Trek Tours, Priscilla Wellington Asante, to entrepreneurs who especially want to maximize profits in today's world of business. According to her, customer satisfaction is the key to customer loyalty, which in turn boosts sales. She spoke with Joy Business at a TEDx Accra forum dubbed Customer Life Business Survival.
Your number one rule is that you want to retain that customer, so you need to do whatever it takes to keep that customer. How can you keep that customer? By earning the customer's trust. That's customer loyalty. When you earn the customer's trust, you are able to now make profit of them because they know that you give them value for their money. They know that whatever you say you give them, that's what you give them. So that's how they become profitable to your business. But if you don't pay attention to the customer in order to design services and products that actually meet their needs, they ain't going to be profitable because you're doing what you think they need, but you're not doing what they actually need. Because you can have a lot of customers, but it is retained customers that actually profit your business. So if you don't retain them, you're not going to be making enough money over time. So you can make a lot of money today, but you won't be able to make money tomorrow because there's no one there to actually keep giving you those money day in and day out.
All right, so the customer, they say, is always right. Now, moving on, the decline in the global oil price has led to a reduced level of activity across the African continent, as well as impacting significantly on countries that traditionally depend on oil and gas revenue. That's the outcome of auditing firm PricewaterhouseCoopers annual review report. According to PwC, however, this period could be an ideal time for the industry to consider introducing training programs to upscale levels and company standards in order to give local players a chance to enter the sector when activity picks up again. It also cited the issue of regulatory uncertainty as a top challenge facing oil and gas businesses in Africa, with 70% of organizations citing it as one of the first 5 biggest issues they experience. Petroleum economist Dr. John Gachi analyzed the report on the marketplace.
I think it creates a lot of problem engaging in the oil and gas sector. Again, very clear regulation also is needed to know how the state, which is the host nation, will attract its revenue and how that revenue will be distributed in the interest of the people. But you realize that if you take Nigeria, for example, they have been in these businesses the 70s, but it was recently that they passed their petroleum revenue management at similar to what Ghana had. You also realize that Ghana has taken a lot of time, barely about 3 years, to even pass the petroleum exploration and production law just recently. When these things do happen, they do not paint a very clear picture as to how to operate in the sector, and that is not good. We have been talking about renewable energy for some time, but the reality is that we have not had much investment in renewable energy sources across the world. Therefore, crude oil and all these things will continue to dominate over some period of time. So even though that is coming on board critically, especially in countries that actually pride themselves of managing the environment very well, they focus on that. But I do not think that the competition between renewable energy sources and the oil and gas sector will be such that the competition will be outweighed very soon.
So on Business Live, we're taking a short break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back. Now, small and medium-scale enterprises across the country have been presented with an opportunity to access collateral-free loans. GCB Bank has set aside some 20 million Ghana cedis for the initiative. The move, according to the bank, is to help address the long-standing challenge faced by SMEs in accessing credit. The head of consumer banking at GCB, Doris Wunu, spoke to Joy Business at the GCB Bank SME Business Forum under the theme Sustaining SME Opportunities in Today's Market.
The no collateral is facility that we give, and we don't take collateral. When you say collateral, it means you are bring a house, bring this, bring that. That's what we mean. So no collateral. It's largely having to do with your banking operations and a simple income and expenditure statement that you bring to us, and that's it. We did this in a manual mode before, and we realized that most of all these SMEs have challenges with collateral. I mean, if you ask the guy to go and bring collateral, he's going to spend even more than the amount of money that he's asking for. So we developed this product for them to be able to save them the hassle, and more convenient, to be able to help also grow their business.
Let's now turn attention to some international business news updates. Thanks for staying. It's now time for the interview of the day.
SMEs must look to grow, because growth is the name of the game. If you don't grow, you will cease to exist, because competitors are coming in. All right, and for us to be able to, SMEs to be able to perform their roles adequately in the economy, they must grow, they must employ people, they must add value to what they're doing and create value for their shareholders. Too many times people are too comfortable with the little that they have, and therefore are not able to think big and think beyond even their own lifetimes.
Alright, so it's a wrap on this evening's edition of Business Live. You can always get interactive with us. You can comment on this program. You can send a feedback by tweeting at Joy Business GH, and by Facebooking Joy Business is our page. Now you can also watch a repeat of this program right here on myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. Thanks for watching, and join me again same time tomorrow for another package. Good evening.